everyone, welcome back. Xrotor VTX this is the original VTX, the G1 that's out, and these are the G2 stack, and we're going to talk about using these together as well as unlocking the VTX. So when you first get an Xrotor VTX, it'll light up, but you'll see that your power indicator light's not on, and if you were to try to change the channels, it locks you out a bunch of them and you can't get it into very many power situations or power settings. Reason being is there's SEC guidelines, so make sure you check your local listings, regulations, all that stuff, and make sure that you're good to go on using all this stuff. Now, to unlock the VTX, it's pretty straightforward. You hold down both of the buttons at the same time, and this guy will start to flash an L that it's in the lock mode. You hold them both down, it takes 5 or 10 seconds, and then it does that. And then you use this button to change them. So you go to the unlock mode now, and then I'm going to hold them both down again to save that. So right now it's showing us that it's on channel A1 and there's still no light on over here, meaning that the VTX is in the pit mode, not outputting any power. So to turn the power on, we're going to hold this guy down, and it's about 5 or 10 seconds again. First thing that will happen is I think green light comes on. That's the 25 milliwatt mode. There you go. And you can hold it down again to go up to 200 milliwatts. And if you were to hold it again, it goes to the next stage with both of the lights on. And the next step that I need to do is put it on the channel that I run at, and that's all done with this button. So I hold it down, and the first thing that will happen is the letter will flash. That's the band. If you check your manual, it has the chart there on what all these letters stand for. I already know that D is race band, so I go to D, and I push and hold to save it. And that'll change the band, and then to change the frequency number, I always typically run race band 2. You hold it down the next time, and it will go to the numbers. So you can change the actual frequency itself. You get to the one you want, you press and hold to save. So now I'm in the chart D2, which is race band 2, red light is 200 milliwatts, and I should be good to go. When you use these Xrotor VTXs standalone without the stack, there's one mechanical or hardware thing. You have to solder those across. You got to put a little jump right across there, and you can do that with just solder, or you can put a little piece of material on there, so maybe it's a little easier to take off later. But you just go like this. And once those guys are jumps, not the prettiest solder job, but you see it's just a little ball of solder across those two pads. Everything's now, so using this VTX standalone without OSD or anything, you just plug the power in on this side. You can run off a main battery. You can hook your camera up on this side. I'm using this with the G2 stack, and I wanted to get my OSD. So we're going to pull this guy apart and show you how to wire up that harness. So this is where it can get a little bit tricky. This is my camera. This is the VTX. This is the harness that comes with the VTX, and I cut into about the middle of the yellow video wire. And now this is the harness that plugs into the side of the Xrotor G2 flight control. And as we talked about before, there's no solder pads for this yet, but there are there's the video in and the video out on this harness, and it's marked here on the actual board itself. It says in and out. That's the front of the copter, the front of the board. The top one is video in, the bottom one is video out. So I take my video in, and that splices to the camera side of the yellow wire. So this top, I'll unspool this for you so you can see all of this. It makes it a little bit easier to see. So as you can see, plug this guy back in, and the video, this is terrible, I'm sorry. The video in is this top wire that goes to the camera side, and the video out goes out to the VTX. So if you want to get your OSD from your flight control, the video inside goes to the camera, video outside goes to the VTX, and those are the front two pins. Now there is also power on this harness. You can get 10 volts and ground from these bottom harness, or from the middle harnesses rather. The middle one and the center is ground and power, and then there's UARTs down here in case you use other VTXs we talked about in the last video. For this VTX, because I can run it off of main power, it was a little cleaner for the wiring. I didn't want to solder more small leads. I just put the power pickup right here off of the main tabs where the pigtails go. That's some simple, easy look at the most basic way to wire in the Xrotor VTX, the G1 version, with the G2 flight control so that you can still get OSD and all that fun stuff. Thanks a lot, everybody.